on/off button right on the side of it. It should vibrate when you do that. One at a time, guys. We don't want to drive her nuts. And then you pull that trigger, and she is just going to go mad. See if you can keep it away from her.
Go get it, Piper. Go.
It's very cool.
All right, I'm going to try it.
Oh, that is so cool.
Oh.
Wow. Go on. Oh, my God.
Wait, it said Kevin's doing it.
I got it.
Kevin, snap.
All right. I'm going to stop it now.
All right. I can say Mr. Wonderful ran circles around my dog.
Yeah, I
He
love it.
did. He hijacked it.
Good job, Piper.
Good
All right,
job.
guys, so
Oh, my God.
I think Piper
Yeah.
deserves some water.
Yes.
So I am going to bring her out, and then I'll be right back.
Bye, Piper.
Wow, what
Bye.
a workout that dog just got.
Kevin, why don't you go there and try it?
Well, you got to put a $10 bill there. Then I'll do it.
It's amazing what you'll do for $10.
So, Megan, how did you come up with this?
I learned about this as a sport. It's a competitive sport, just like dog agility.
What?
Really?
Yes, 50,000 entrants in the sports of chasing last year. So these sports are growing, and people love competing with their dogs for points, titles, invitationals.
What are they chasing?
Basically a plastic bag. This is our pro-grade equipment, and this is the straight line competitive sport of fast cat.
Okay, Megan, now's the moment.
Are we ever going to hear the
Now's
sales?
the moment. You can tell us sales.
Year
Sales.
to date, we've done 750,000.
Wow.
We're on target to do 1.5 million, and we've done 1.5 million lifetime.
What do you think you'll make on the 1.5 million?
140.
Why so little? How much did you lose last year, Megan?
So last year we did 425,000 in sales, and we lost 380,000. Let me tell you why. We actually didn't get back in stock until June, and that was because of materials delays early in the year. And then we did 425,000 from June to December
But you
of
lost
last year.
385. That means you
where
kept
did
the
you
staff
lose?
on.
I kept everybody on. In fact, I actually increased. So January
Good for you.
2020, I hired
Good
my
for
first
you.
employee.
That's business karma right there.
That's admirable.
You raised 670. You have some sales coming in.
Yes.
Where did the cash go?
So the rest of the cash was materials. So we buy all of our materials, we bring them into my hometown, we do all of our assembly in my hometown. I really think that there are ways to reduce my manufacturing costs.
For sure.
1,000 is unfortunately minimum order quantity on some of my parts.
I don't understand why you're assembling them here when you should be doing it all offshore.
Right.
I would be open to exploring that. Here's what I'm here for. I want to improve the lives of as many dogs as I can.
I think it's pretty cool. Now you've got a dog, right?
Cool.
Yeah, I know Cal would love that. And especially enough time, I think it's pretty neat. And so I did a follow-up on that, the Shark Tank recap. So they did do a deal. Lori did agree to actually follow through, and they signed, and their sales were over 2 million in 2023. And they have a new product, the 3 different segments. They just launched this one called Chase for $299, a little more affordable price range. So they're doing great. I think from a patent perspective, I did pull up, they do have a patent for this new system. And I was looking at the claims earlier, but it was issued in 2020. So they're going to have, the early filing date was in 2014. So it took a long time to get it through prosecution. So 6 years. And I looked at the claims, I could kind of tell they had to add quite a few limitations to it. But it does have, it's a robust system. Covering the different pulleys and drive units, but you can see the claim is quite long with lots of different elements on independent claim 1. So at any rate, it's great they've got some protection for it, and also great to hear they've got some market success. How about on the trademark side, Matt? Any highlights?
Yeah, no, they have a number of different trademark registrations at the United States Patent Trademark Office. SwiftPaws in the dog toy category. It's like the sporting goods category, class 28. They've registered for Chase, it looks like, as well, which is one of their products. And then we have the logo, which is like a picture of that German short hair.
Right.
So yeah, they're pretty well covered at this point, I would say. Again, they don't have a class 35 online retail store application, which I think would be very useful for them, especially at the size they're at. You might as well protect everything you can here in the United States. So both the product and then obviously the sales distribution method would be appropriate.
Right. Yeah, and from their website, it appears to only be a product or goods specific, but I think they're kind of going for the enrichment, and that this is the actual what the end result is going to be. It doesn't seem like they're doing any type of a service, from what I can tell.
I don't see any applications on the service side.
Yeah,
so I don't
think of all the opportunities, right? Potential ways they could grow, or kind of do some of what Richard has done. Richard, I got you on mute. If you want to unmute, if you have share any thoughts, it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's always interesting to see some of these companies, and you're like, wow, is that really a thing? And then, obviously it is a thing, and there is a need, and there is a want, and they're selling products. Yeah, great story. Always good to see people that are super passionate to kind of find a way and a path forward. Yeah, always fun to see Shark Tank. Been a big fan of that show. I mean, the original one is Dragon's Den from the UK. Used to watch that a lot. But
okay. Yeah, right.
And I had some friends that were on the show recently, Mela Pet Care, that raised some money from Mark. So
cool. Mela?
Mela Pet Care. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they got 250 or something at a 10 million valuation. And yeah, I mean, it's been quite a few pet products on the show, right? And they tend to do really well. So yeah, always fun to see. But yeah, it's good for her. I mean, that's she got the patents, and I wonder what she's done internationally with that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. There's not a whole lot that I could tell, but that's a good question, I think.
Yeah.
Or I like that price point. It's kind of cool to see a number. Are you willing to share what your price point is at, and if you've thought about what it might be going forward in trying to get out to the masses? Would you need to come down in terms of pricing to get that size of the market?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're at 159 retail, or the RRP, recommended retail price. We are
159. Okay. Yeah. All right.
159, which is you sort of get the wearable, and then there's a $9.99 a month, like $10 per month for the data plans, which kind of gives you all the health markers and all the next step recommendations, and essentially the full suite of services. And that's kind of where it is. Like, I think the model to mimic is Whoop, where you don't pay for the hardware, but you commit to a longer duration and maybe a somewhat higher monthly. And I think they've done a tremendous job with how they've priced it and how they were very unique in that offering, where they're like, look, the entry barrier here psychologically for people to commit is not to have to pay for the product. They feel that they're getting something physical, tangible for free. And then they commit to this subscription to kind of get the ongoing data, which makes sense. I mean, we're used to that model with our mobile phones, where we kind of get the phone and we pay something every month, and that's fine. So I think that's kind of the model that we're going to go for with Gen 2, and we hope to launch kind of Gen 2 in mid of next year. It's primarily made in the US, as in the inventions are there. The team that helps us with that, the chief veterinary officer, is in the US. Manufacturing will be obviously in Southeast Asia, because that's where you manufacture these types of technological stuff. Components tends to always come from from down there, but in theory we could make it elsewhere, because we're kind of making our own components now. So we'll see. We might make it in Mexico. Trump might out tariff us. Who knows?
Yeah, you're gonna be making it here in Minnesota.
Yeah. We might need to do it. It's good. It's cold in Minnesota, so it's good for manufacturing, right?
Right. Yeah, people don't mind being inside. Hey, Richard, to your question about international, they got a few different trademarks here in the United States, but then one in Australia, which is interesting.
So that's a market, obviously, for that type of.
So they must have entered that marketplace and decided to file a trademark application. And Australians love trademarks.
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
why, but they love
I,
trademark registration.
I have an Australian trademark for my Petco.
I saw that.
Yeah. But I mean, we
And
were
a New
like,
Zealand one.
yes, we got New Zealand too. Yeah, that's right.
You said
that's
you
right.
didn't go crazy. I wonder what crazy would look like. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole Madrid protocol, I guess, but we are kind of doing that now, as a matter of fact, and we are kind of rolling out everywhere. We've just been a little bit lazy, but it's like, you want to come fight us, It's okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
okay.
if you need some additional trademarks filed, call me.
I know who to call both for patents and trademarks now. So this is really, really helpful. You might get some business from me.
Wonderful.